differences. Anterior border of pleura, the same, like anterior border of the right lung, the same, goes to sternoclavicular joint, near of midline, and goes to inferior border, but it is place where inferior border of pleura, that is 6 intercostal space, 6, it is 6 intercostal space. It is what?
It's seventh. No, it's fifth.
No,
Fifth was.
one rib below. Look here, pleura is in one rib below
So
than
it's
lung. That is why if it is fifth intercostal, this is
Okay,
6.
six. And
Heat
six,
is seventh rib.
And eight.
Heat is eighth rib.
This
That is
nine,
ninth,
tenth,
10th,
11th,
11th, and 12th. That is why inferior border of pleura one rib below than inferior border of the lung. That is on the right side. Now, what is on the left side? Beginning the same, 2 centimeters above of clavicle, goes to sternoclavicular joint and descend, but descend only to the level of fourth rib. 1, 2, 3, 4. Descend to the level of fourth rib, and here it is anterior border, goes laterally, in parasternal line fourth rib, in midclavicular line the same fourth rib, and then it's descend and continues to inferior border only in linea axillaris anterior. That is 7th rib on linea axillaris anterior, and then 8th rib in linea axillaris media, 9th rib linea axillaris posterior,
and
10th rib that is linea scapularis, and 11th rib linea paravertebralis. That is why differences were on the right side, anterior border differ from anterior border on the left side, because on the left side anterior border goes to fourth rib, then parasternal line fourth, midclavicular fourth rib, and continues to inferior border at the level of seventh rib in linea axillaris anterior. And pleura, it is 8th, 9th,
10th,
10th, 11th, and 12th. Clear? That is topography of lungs, topography of lungs, and topography of pleura. And last moment, mediastinum. We already said that mediastinum subdivides into superior and inferior, and inferior subdivides into anterior,
medial, posterior.
I draw another diagram that is in sagittal. We cut in sagittal plane. Here it is sternum, that is manubrium sterni, that is corpus sterni, and xiphoid process. And here thoracic vertebra, first, second, third, fourth. How many thoracic vertebrae we have?
11.
6,
Thoracic arch.
7,
Saranga.
8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And if you draw horizontal plane, 1, 2, 3, 4, horizontal plane between angle, angulus sterni, and inferior border of the fourth T4. That is this horizontal level, that is a border between superior mediastinum and inferior mediastinum. And heart is in inferior mediastinum, here it is heart and pericardium, And everything what is above of this plane, above of horizontal plane between angle of sternum and inferior border of T4. That is superior. Here it is what we have. Behind of manubrium sterni, which gland? Who know?
Behind of?
9.
Which one? Behind of?
Which gland is behind of sternum? Manubrium sterni.
Thymus.
Thymus. That is thymus. Then here it is arch of aorta, arcus aorta, and main branches, brachiocephalic trunk, left common carotid, left subclavian artery. The same here it is, we have superior vena cava and brachiocephalic veins, terminal part of thoracic duct, esophagus, it passes in superior mediastinum, then goes to posterior mediastinum. Here it is trachea is in superior mediastinum, vagus nerve, phrenic nerve, all of them in superior. Now, inferior mediastinum, we said that it consists of anterior, middle, and posterior.
Posterior.
In anterior mediastinum, we have only internal thoracic vessels, internal thoracic artery, internal thoracic veins, and lymph nodes. In middle part, here it is heart with pericardium, and beginning of aorta, that is ascendance part of aorta, terminal part of superior vena cava, beginning of pulmonary trunk and pulmonary arteries. Phrenic nerve is in middle part of inferior mediastinum, and posterior mediastinum has esophagus, descendants part of aorta. Here it is azygos, hemiazygos, and accessory hemiazygos veins, vagus nerve, thoracic duct, sympathetic trunk, and splanchnic nerves. All of them in posterior part. These organs describes in your textbook, and you need to know names of organs in each part of mediastinum, in superior, in anterior, in middle, and in posterior mediastinum. Trachea, we said, trachea is in superior mediastinum, but bifurcation of trachea and principal bronchi, it is in middle part of inferior
Inferior
mediastinum.
mediastinum.
Well, that is all. Pleura, topography of pleura and lungs, and mediastinum.